coming in. In fact, there was another discussion amongst the past struggle and tussle which is happening. There's another discussion which happened, and Siddaramaiah has met KC Venugopal. There's a key huddle which has happened in Mangaluru. Let me go across to Neha. Neha, this is going to be very interesting. KC Venugopal, as we all know, is very close to Rahul Gandhi and the Congress top brass. So, has the High Command decided which way it wants to go, with whom it wants to go? What could happen in this meeting? We can see the pictures of.
Well, Meghna, very interesting pictures coming to, of course, the fore from Mangalore here. It's not just the Chief Minister, remember. He's got a backing, in fact, a battery of ministers who've travelled with him to Mangalore. All of those who are senior ministers, all of those, of course, who support him as well. You have Zamir Ahmed Khan, Satish, Jarke, Holi, Lakshmi Balkar, Dinesh Gundu Rao, senior leader like Mr. B.K. Hari Prasad. And while, of course, one may politically read this as a Hinda show of strength here by the Chief Minister as he's gone to Mangalore to, of course, attend that event, is what they've said on the record. But, really, of course, make that at this time of the political crisis, with things only being confirmed off the record here, it wouldn't exactly be wrong to say that possibly there could have been a meeting on the cards now between KC Venugopal, the Chief Minister, and these other ministers as well, who've all openly backed Siddaramaiah in the past. Now, of course, with these developments, we'll really have to wait and see. Earlier this morning, when our journalist, of course, in Mangalore, Anush did try reaching out to KC Venugopal, there was no reaction that came in there. He's just, brushed aside the mics, refusing to react to the media, caught a little bit red-faced, if you could say it that, because remember, many senior Congress leaders in the state have been echoing the sentiment that the High Command should have intervened earlier, resolved this issue earlier, and shouldn't have let leaders wash their dirty linen in public.
So this is going to be very interesting. Yes, the High Command should have stepped in earlier, but on your screens, this is right after the breakfast firefighting that we saw yesterday. Now you have Siddaramaiah, who's meeting KC Venugopal, TK Shivakumar, all set to go to Delhi. What really is cooking after that breakfast meet? That's going to be the question, and who really is going to be served the next round? We'll have to wait and see, because there are fast-paced developments which have been coming in one after the other. Let me go back across to Neha. Neha, one embarrassing thing, the longer that the High Command delays taking a decision, it is coming out as being ineffective. KC Venugopal, her chance of DK, you're absolutely right. These kind of delayed tactics that the High Command may be indulging in, Neha, do you think it reflects poorly on the High Command but also the Congress Sarkara?
Well, absolutely. Of course, let's just look at this from a broader perspective. It's been many years since you had one single party enjoying a thumping majority in the state of Karnataka, and then the Congress party, of course, in the year 2023 managed to do that. Remember, they've come to power, and they've come to power with a very big margin. They've enjoyed this power now for 2.5 years, even amidst criticism from the opposition about development taking a backseat, about politics taking the forefront, CM's chair fight being the focus of the government, and now something that the opposition has been echoing nearly for 2 years, the divide and the infighting, has come out to the fore, to a point where senior leaders now are having to say that the High Command should have intervened earlier. While, of course, this is bringing some amount of disrepute to the government in the state, possibly the earlier and the faster that this crisis is resolved, or an agreement, an understanding, some sort of an arrangement is arrived upon, the easier it is going to be for the Congress party to tread in the state.
Right, Neha, stay with us. The final resolution to this so-called impasse in the state of Karnataka still awaited. We have some more news coming in, because a potential turning point in Karnataka's Game of Thrones, a state minister has dropped the biggest hint yet, declaring that a change in leadership is certain. Now, Satish Jarke Holi's cryptic bombshell suggesting an inevitable exit with only the timing unclear, whether it's in 30 months or sooner, has triggered a fresh political storm now in Karnataka. He says that the exit is certain, and the Congress top brass will eventually decide.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಐತಿಹಾಸಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಚರ್ಚೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ.
ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಕ್ಕರೆ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನು ವೇಣುಗೋಪಾಲ್ ಅವರು ವಿವರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾ ಏನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಇನ್ನು CM ಅವರು ವೈರಾಗ್ಯದ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್ CM ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ. ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಶಾಶ್ವತ ಅಲ್ಲ,
ಅದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅದು ಒಂದೇ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀವಿ, ಒಂದೇ ದಾರಿಲಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ನಾಗ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಭಾವಿಕ. ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಶಾಶ್ವತ ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲ, ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. 30 ತಿಂಗಳ ನಂತರ ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು, ಮೊದಲನೇ ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು. ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಡೋದಂತಿ ಪಕ್ಕ ಯಾವಾಗಾರ ಒಂದು ಬಿಡಲೇಬೇಕು. 30 ತಿಂಗಳ ಅಂತ ಬಿಡಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗೇನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಯಾರು ಬಿಡಲೇಬೇಕು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಬಿಡಲೇಬೇಕು, ಅದೇನು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಅವಧಿಗೂ ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರೆ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವಲಂಬನೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
3+2 ಅಂತ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಸಂಧಾನ ಸೂತ್ರ ಆಗಿದೆ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇನು ಯಾವುದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮಗೆ ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಹೇಳಿ.
30 ತಿಂಗಳು ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿಡಬೇಕು ಯಾವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಸಂದೇಶ ಆ ಥರ ಬರಬಹುದಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ನೀವು ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ನಮಗೆ ಕೇಳಿ ನಮಗೆ ಆಗೋಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ದು ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳೋ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಯಾವಾಗ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಬಿಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ನು 10 ಸಾರಿ ಯಾರ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಬಿಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಬಿಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಿಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗಂತ ಅದು ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಗೊತ್ತು, ವರಿಷ್ಠರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳುವಂತ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಗೊಂದಲ ಆಗದೆ ಸುಗಮವಾಗಿ ಆಗಲಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ನೋಡೋಣ ಅದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬಗೆಹರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
Moving on from Karnataka, well,